Hello, I'm Jaquiox.
Hello, I am Funky Wild Dog.
Here's my fellow Contra runner, Funky Wild Dog, helping me with the comments because this game is crazy with a lot of RNG, so I will be a bit quiet to try to stay in focus with all the bad things that can happen at any moment. So probably it's not gonna be a very good run, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
It's going to be an action-packed run.
Hey, Aquas. Oh, now I'm more nervous. Okay. And the game starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Excellent. So at the start of the game, our first priority is to grab this barrier and then grab these two spreads. We want to have a weapon in each hand because the key to speedrunning this game, the most important trick, is the weapon swap mash. You hold down the fire button, you mash on the weapon swap, and you get pretty much twice as many bullets out.
Nice.
Alright, so the first mini boss goes down easily, and now we get a little breather as we chill in this tank. And the second mini boss dies in one shot to the tank. So here we pick up our first crush. This is the best gun in the game, and we're going to pick up a second one at our earliest opportunity. So throughout the entire game, we're going to hang on to two crushes just as long as we can. So you're going to see the weapon swapping in action. Mashing the back of that guy with the spread and the crush to take him down almost instantly. There's our second crush. See, here we have to wait for a moment on a cutscene. Now those explosions won't actually hurt you, but in a moment the ground's going to catch on fire. And now we haul to the right. You notice he's a little bit right of center. Just clears the volcano with no problem. So because he is right of center, ahead of the screen scrolling, Jaquiox can skip the cycle on all those fireballs and jumping fires. Otherwise, he would have to suffer a 4-second delay waiting on fires to get out of the way. And we're already at the first boss. Now we're on hard difficulty, so Jaquiox is going to play it safe and stay to the left side of the screen. The further left you are, the more time you have to react to the attacks, but the less damage you do. Oh. Okay, so he goes in aggressively after taking a death. And that's stage 1.
Got a match start now. I always forget it.
Alright, stage 2 is one of the game's 2 top-down stages. We always start in the top left corner, and in a moment we'll see whether we got the easier or harder pattern. Looking like the hard pattern. We can still get it done, but now we have to wait for this turret to open, which only happens when you face away. That's why Jaquiox does the spin move. These trolls can be very trolly. We hate to see it. The enemies in this game can be pretty random in most of the stages. So it takes a few tries to knock out the fourth turret. Oh, still working on it. And we're hoping for a good weapon drop on the final turret. The weapon drops in this stage are random. We got a spread, which is not the crush we hoped for, but it's better than nothing. Oh, going for a bomb. Oh, that was beautiful. Very good kill considering what you had to work with there, Jaquiox.
I had to use the bomb to make a bit of lag. You can do it without the bomb, but not wanna.
Yes, the bomb does introduce a little bit of lag, but in that situation, you much rather lag the game a little than have to go through a longer fight. So stage 3 has pretty minimal RNG for the enemies, at least in the first part of the stage. All of this stuff is scripted and goes the same way every time. And we just cruise right on through. Now we have these grabby insects, which they try to kill you by carrying you off the top of the screen. So you pretty much need to just go right and shoot them as they grab you. And now for the first phase of the Tri-Transforming Wall Walker. It's a little tougher than it could have been because of the missing double crush, but Jaquiox cleans it up very beautifully. And we're going to get our crush back right here. So this is the part of the run where the streamer catches up on chat as we go slowly up the wall.
I think 1 minute of climbing.
Something like that. It is a while. And we don't want to fire here. It is possible to shoot those rockets and destroy them, but firing during this sequence introduces a ton of lag. So we just want to hang out near that top claw and dodge the rockets, because they'll pretty much miss you every time. But coming up, the final part of this fight is the runner's Bane, because the patterns from this enemy are random, and several of the patterns will rule out your quick kill. So we'll see what we get. We're going to fire right when it opens up. We're hoping it hits the wall. There it goes, hoping it hits the wall again.
Oh, come on.
And...
okay, it's okay.
That's okay. The patterns are pretty okay, but on hard mode, the enemy moves around a lot more than on the easier difficulties, which means you have to dodge more vigorously. So now the UFO Mini Boss. We're going to stand just here at the side, wait for it to get tired of throwing grenades, and then run up and shoot it in the eye. And it's not too bad, so we grab the barrier. And we're coming in for the final part of stage 3. We're gonna go in for a vertical climb and then fight a mini boss and the boss. Makes it up the ledges, no problem. We're just gonna keep on hopping. You wanna watch out for the rotors there. If you die during this part of the stage, there's no more crushes before you get to the boss, so you can lose a lot of time. Oh, so the red robot attacks very aggressively, and Jaquiox just destroys it with no problem anyway. Now we're in for the Anti-Climactic final boss of the stage. We just shoot it in the head, drop to the floor, shoot it some more, and it's over. If you don't have double crush, you have to do a little bit more work and move around the screen through the various attack patterns. Now we're on to stage 4, the greatest auto-scroller in all of speedrunning. There's a random weapon drop here at the beginning of the stage, but we don't care because we have double crush already. So the bikers can either shoot their guns or throw grenades, and you can tell which is which by the angle of the bike. We get through nice and cleanly. We got another mini boss here. I love this game because everything is different at every moment. You go from mini boss to platforming section to dodging enemies. There is never a dull moment, except for climbing that one wall.
All action, all the time.
All action. Attack aggressively.
Yeah.
Okay, right. This swingy arm looks very scary, but we just hide in the corner.
I don't have bombs.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Oh, that was so good. That gray robot, sometimes called the acrobat or the aerobics instructor, is another of the banes of the speedrun because his behavior is random, and the red enemies are trying to drop on you and kill you. But we got through it cleanly that time.
You have to bang.
Now,
oh
yeah. Oh, this is the roller skating robot, and there it goes. So we've got another mini boss, and then the end of the stage. That's another random weapon drop. But the weapon situation is beautiful here, so we once again don't need it. Here comes the jetpack ninja. And there he goes. The crushes are just incredibly overpowered.
Yeah.
And this is one of the tensest parts of the speedrun. We're going to shoot off screen before we see the boss appear.
Oh.
We're trying to destroy the turrets on either side of that shield, and then shoot the red eye in the center. So we got the bottom turret done, the top turret is done, and we take a death. It's very hard to avoid here. But as long as we keep one crush for the next stage, we'll be in pretty good shape. And we just shoot this eye and scramble to the left from missile to missile. Doing great. And there it goes. You always want to switch off your crush at the end of the stage because you can sometimes die and there's nothing you can do about it if the missile you're on despawns.
Okay. I think we're going on top.
Yes, I think that's what I would do. So we're going to start stage 5, which is another top down. So after destroying the first bunker, Jaquiox is going to, I think, go for a ledge skip with a death, intentional. You drop off the edge right there and you appear on the other side of the ledge. And we just gotta clean up the rest of these bunkers. Since we have a crush, should be pretty doable. Of course, the enemy patterns here are random, but so far they've been pretty kind. We haven't seen any trolley centipedes. Oh, got an H there. The only gun that's worse than the default weapon. Ah.
Whatever.
So that was the stage, and now the boss. So the eye of the boss opens and closes, and in a moment the sand will start spinning.
Okay.
Oh, that was so fortunate. The claws can drop weapons, and Jaquiox got a backup crush off of one of the claws. Since that's a random drop, that's very fortunate.
Not quick, but we still going.
It was very good for what you were working with, I thought. And we are already coming into the final stage, which is the longest stage. So there's nothing much going on here. We're going to have some random red enemies running back and forth on each side of the screen. This mini boss is no problem as long as you stand right in his face. And this is the Gauntlet, one of the most feared parts of the run because of the random H that can drop on you. That was an incredible dodge!
I don't care.
I would have been dead. Oh, you are amazing. And there's the Gauntlet cleared cleanly. Here's the first of the mini bosses. This is the boss of the original Contra game, the Heart. We lost a crush, but there's another one coming up in a moment, so it's not a catastrophe. Next is the boss of Super C. I believe it's called Chemo? I'm not sure. Anyway, we're going to shoot it in the face. And watch out for the falling popcorn. That's regrettable. We lost our crush.
Yeah.
Which means we're going to have one going into the final
I bet
boss.
this was like one bullet.
Oh yes. That's a tough break. Enemies actually have to get below 0 HP to die, and if the enemy's at 0 HP, it lingers on, but you know that happened when it dies without making an explosion sound when you shoot it. So that was the Gargoyle, or the Hawk, and we're at the final sequence. There's a snake on each side of this boss, but we're only going to shoot the left snake, because if we shoot the right snake as well, the boss starts dropping enemies out of both its shoots, and it's already dead. We're now in for the brain fight. The final boss. There are 8 possible attacks here, and we get to select which one we want. If our aim and our timing is good. These are the legs. It's probably not what we were going for, but it's not bad at all. You just stand underneath it, you step left and right, and you shoot the enemy in the brain. So these are the red orbs, or the hamburger. This is the one we were going for. This pattern lets you get a lot of damage in. And interesting, the brain itself has no hurt box. You can jump right into it and it won't hurt you once you clean up those little hamburgers.
I'm not sure if I can go with 4 seconds.
I think that you cannot, but I think you can get 5.
Let's for safety.
So dropping a bomb there does cause a little bit of lag, but it does make this a good bit safer, and as well piles on some extra damage. So excellent, we got the stones, so this should be the end of the fight. We're gonna lay flat, and when you lay flat, oh, there it goes. When you lay flat, your hitbox is your elbow, which means those stones that look like they're hitting you are actually going right over you.
This should be a 16 to 20.
Something about there.
Yeah, if nothing bad happens now.
So on easy and normal, that would be the end of the game, but on hard, there's one final fight. The brain goes to armor form and climbs up the shaft to pursue you. When I was a kid, this part always scared the crap out of me. But if you have a crush, it goes down very quickly.
And we'll see. And
so time
is
yep.
when we lose control of the character, so about time 16. Whew. Hey, thanks for
very
the
nice.
It's a lot.
Well done.
Whew, this was intense. Heart's pumping. Really
This
hard.
game is always intense. My heart was pumping and I was only watching.
Cool. Thanks a lot, everyone. And thanks a lot, Funky, for the comment.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Have a good one, everyone. And don't forget to donate aggressively.
Donate aggressively.
Yeah. See y'all. Bye bye.
Take care.